Last year, we got enough Japanese BL dramas to cause a mini tsunami in the fandom, and this year it's been Starvation Central. We are officially at the halfway mark of 2025, and so far we've only had 7 Japanese BLs air. Yup, just 7. Now, if I had to compare this year to last, I'd say it's been a case of quality over quantity. Sure, we're not exactly being flooded with new releases, but the ones we do have, honestly, are not that bad. So, in this video, I am going to rank all 7 of them from worst to best. Some have finished airing, some are still ongoing, but I've seen enough to know exactly where they stand. Let's get into it. Coming in dead last, unsurprisingly, is I Became the Main Lead of a BL drama season 2. A show I genuinely hate from the bottom of my heart. I tried, I really did, but it's somehow even more juvenile than season 1, and that's saying a lot. The characters don't feel quirky or endearing, they feel flat out embarrassing. And not in a charming Osan's love kind of way, no. This is more like, are you actually in your 20s or secretly a 10-year-old? I honestly don't understand why Robin signed for this. He has so much talent and potential, and this show does absolutely nothing for him. Zero growth, zero chemistry, and zero emotional payoff. The 2 leads have supposedly been dating for a while, and yet they haven't even kissed. Not once. What is this? Middle school? Look, I could maybe tolerate all the immaturity if it was at least funny. But it's not. It doesn't make me laugh, it makes me cringe. And poor Hajime, he really ended up with a man-child. Add in the painfully loud and annoying background sounds, and you've got a show that's not just hard to watch, it's a headache. I had a bit of hope for the second couple, but they barely get 3 to 4 minutes of screen time per episode. It's unfair, it's frustrating, and honestly, I'm done dragging myself through it. I can't do it anymore. At number 6 is a hidden gem I cannot believe slipped under my radar. Why do we have to hide it? It's a 17-minute short film that dropped about 4 months ago, and I'm honestly mad at myself for not watching it sooner. I'll leave a link to the YouTube channel because you need to see this one. It's short, sweet, and absolutely adorable, and somehow manages to pack a full, well-developed story in just 17 minutes. We follow 2 high school boys, Riku and Kita. Riku's the classic popular guy admired by literally everyone. And Kita, he is supposedly the plain one, except he's clearly jacked and handsome and looks exactly like someone cast to be a top. I don't know who these directors are trying to fool, but let's not pretend he's some invisible background character. The central tension is that Riku doesn't want to go public with their relationship at school, which naturally makes Kita insecure. And honestly, I get it. It's simple but so relatable. The chemistry between the 2 leads is on point, so natural, so warm, you feel every little emotion. And can we talk about the Fujoshi girl at school? She's literally me. She understood the assignment, she brought the energy, and I felt seen. This short film didn't waste a second, and I genuinely wish it was turned into a full-length drama because it would absolutely be a hit. I really enjoyed Depth of Field. This is exactly my kind of drama. A little gloomy, a little unexpected, and full of that quiet, aching kind of yearning. It's got that emotional heaviness I love, especially in Hayakawa's character. He carries this inner melancholy that's so raw and relatable, and it stays with you long after the episode ends. It's honestly a shame that so many viewers judge the series based on just the first couple of episodes, because they definitely missed a gem. What I love about Depth of Field is how real it feels. We live in a world obsessed with uniformity. If you stand out even slightly, people judge you, exclude you, or try to shrink you into something more palatable. Hayakawa hides parts of himself, his passions, his truth, just to survive, just to be liked. And then there's Kono, the one who lives freely, unbothered by judgment, just doing his own thing. And when Hayakawa sees that, instead of feeling inspired, he feels shame, envy, maybe even resentment. Because that's the kind of life he wants but doesn't feel he's allowed to live. The acting in this series was genuinely beautiful. The chemistry between the leads isn't in your face, but it's immersed, it's in the details. Like when Hayakawa kisses Kono while drunk, or when Kono drinks from his beer can and hands it to Hayakawa. Those quiet, unspoken moments of intimacy, they hit so much harder than any explicit scene ever could. If you haven't watched this one yet, trust me, go back and give it a chance. It's subtle, it's emotional, and it absolutely deserves more love. Stay by My Side After the Rain really caught me off guard. It starts off feeling like a soft, harmless rom-com, but beneath that fluff is a drama that cuts deep. This show deals with real, uncomfortable things: shame around queerness, emotional neglect, toxic parenting, and it doesn't over-dramatize any of it. It just shows it for what it is. There's this one line that stayed with me. When Aizawa tells Kanade that getting an I like you back from the person you like is a miracle and that he should treasure it. That one moment completely shifts Kanade's mindset. He stops overthinking, stops shrinking himself, and finally lets himself want Mashiro out loud. I loved that. And then there's Mashiro, who comes across as upbeat and easygoing, but is clearly carrying a lot. His mother didn't just abandon him, she now emotionally dumps everything on him and makes him feel guilty for living his life. It's subtle but heavy, and you can see how much he's internalized that guilt. The chemistry is just there, no need to force it. Kanade and Mashiro feel like two people who just get each other, even when they're fumbling through it. And yes, I still wish Japanese BLs would stop with the lifeless kissing, it kills the vibe every time, but everything else in this drama makes up for it. Kanade's actor is stunning, the tone is balanced, and the emotional payoff is genuinely satisfying. Now this is how you do a manga adaptation. 10 Things I Want to Do Before I Turn 40 has honestly impressed me from the start. I've read the manga, and what blows my mind is how perfectly they've brought the characters to life, visually and emotionally. The casting is spot on, the setting is almost identical to the panels. Whoever did the production design deserves an award. The actors playing Tojo and Keiji fit the roles and their chemistry is promising. I like the height difference, and while nothing major has happened yet, there's enough to keep me curious. I do appreciate that they've cast someone who actually looks like he's about to turn 40. It gives the show a bit more weight. Now about that rain scene, in the manga, that's when the two share their first kiss. The series already adapted that exact moment but left out the kiss. And I actually get why. The original manga is extremely short, so the drama needs to stretch the story to fill 12 episodes. If they show the kiss too early, the emotional build-up loses impact. It's strategic choice to delay gratification and keep viewers emotionally invested in the pacing of their relationship. So instead of complaining about what's missing, maybe let's just appreciate the slow burn they're trying to create. This is a high school BL done right. Exactly the kind of vibe I'm here for. I love how they built the story from the start. Two guys from completely different worlds, a delinquent and a studious type, bonding over the neglect they both face at home. They are so different yet also so alike. This series breaks a lot of stereotypes about delinquents, and that's what makes it stand out. It shows that people aren't always what they seem. The tough exterior sometimes hides a gentle heart. The chemistry between the leads was on point. There's this quiet sadness running through the whole show that kept me hooked. And honestly, every episode was packed with sexual tension that you could feel without it ever being over the top. That said, I can't ignore the fact that Kamimura Kenshin, the main actor, was involved in misconduct and scandal. It's a shame because it does taint my view of the show a little. I'm trying to separate the art from the artist, but it's not always easy for me. And my number one Japanese BL of 2025 so far is When It Rains, It Pours, No Question. This show is honestly one of the realest and most emotionally complex BL dramas I've watched in a while. It's just so freaking good, from the way the chemistry simmers between the leads to the carefully crafted setting. Everything works together to give us a deep look into the characters' emotional worlds. What really sets this apart is how it talks about something we rarely see in BL: lack of intimacy and long-term relationships. This is such a relatable issue, and the show handles it with so much heart and honesty. Yes, cheating happens. Both Kazuaki and Sei betray their partners, and that's messy. No sugarcoating it. But the drama doesn't just leave it at betrayal. It digs into the reasons behind their actions: the loneliness, the frustration, the unmet needs. It lets us feel their pain and confusion instead of making it black and white. The storytelling is subtle but powerful. The push and pull, the moments of tension and release, the symbolism hidden in little gestures and silences, it all adds layers to the narrative. You can feel the weight of what the characters are carrying, and it's done with such finesse that it never feels forced or melodramatic. Plus, the acting is phenomenal. You can see every tiny flicker of emotion on their faces: the guilt, the desire, the regret, and sometimes just the sheer exhaustion of trying to hold everything together. It's very authentic. This show doesn't just entertain, it makes you feel deeply. And that's my ranking of every Japanese BL drama aired so far in 2025. It's been a bit of a slim year compared to last, but honestly the quality makes up for the quantity. Which ones have you been watching? Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.